Beat it up like.
Hey, what's up, people? Welcome back. Today I will be reacting to Folklore by Taylor Swift. This is the first Taylor Swift album I am reacting to, so I'm super excited to hop into it. I just saw her acoustic performance of Red, and I really enjoyed it, so figured let me just hop into the discography and see what's up. And this song is called The One.
I'm doing good, I'm on some new shit. Been saying yes instead of no. I thought I saw you at the bus stop, I didn't though. I hit the ground running each night. I hit the Sunday matinee. You know the greatest films of all time were never made. I guess you never know, never know. And if you wanted me, you really should have showed. And if you never bleed, you're never gonna grow. And it's alright now. But we were something, don't you think so? Roaring 20s, tossing pennies in the pool. And if my wishes came true, it would have been you. In my defense,
If my wishes came true, it would have been you. So this sounds like a very mature Taylor Swift who has been through some shit. Let me Google when this album came out. 2020. So it's very recent, very recent.
well enough alone. But it would have been fun if you would have been the one. This dream you're doing cool shit, having adventures on your own. You meet some woman on the internet and take her home. I guess you never know, never know. And it's another day waking up alone. But we were something, don't you think so?
It's another day waking up alone. But we were something, don't you think so? Golly.
Roaring 20s, tossing pennies in the pool.
I never really thought about that. I mean, when you're single and lonely, you think about going to bed alone, but I've never thought about the feeling of waking up alone. Like, how does that feel to wake up alone? That actually feels pretty good because I've never been good at sharing a bed anyway. I know that's bad.
My wishes came true. It would have been you. In my defense, I have none. For never leaving well enough alone. But it would have been fun if you would have been the one. I persist and resist the temptation to ask you if one thing had been different. We were something, don't you think so? Rose flowing with your chosen family. And it would have been sweet if it could have been me. In my defense, I have none. For digging up the grave another time.
All right, and this is called Cardigan. I already know I'm gonna like it. I know it's gonna be something catchy, just based on, you know, that little shaking, those bells. I don't know what instrument that is, but it's gonna be one.
Vintage tea, brand new phone, high heels on, cobblestones. When you are young, they assume you know nothing. Sequin smile.
Sometimes you know more when you're young than you do when you're old. You know, and as the years go by, you become a little more jaded and you lose certain insight and perspective that you had when you were a kid, and you know, eventually kind of dissipated into thin air.
Black lipstick, sensual politics. When you are young, they assume you know nothing. But I knew you dancing in your Levi's, drunk under
this. This is catchy. Let me turn it up.
One's bed. You put me on and said I was your favorite. A friend to all is a friend to none. Chase two girls, lose the one. When you are young, they to kiss in cars and downtown bars was all we needed. You drew stars around my scars, but now you drew stars around my scars, but now I'm bleeding. 'Cause I knew you stepping on the last train, marked me like a bloodstain. I knew you.
This makes me want to react to an Adele album for some reason. It's been a while and I've never reacted to a full length. Well, I did that last one, but I want to listen to one of her classics.
Lingered like a tattoo kiss. I knew you'd haunt all over my what ifs. The smell of smoke would and you come back. And when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite.
She's basically saying, look, I feel dispensable. I feel out. You're treating me like an object that you could just throw around and discard whenever you don't feel like putting me on, whenever you don't feel like, being together. And that's deep. That is deep. Nothing like a good cardigan. Do I wear I don't even wear cardigans. I think that was more, as far as men's fashion is concerned, that was more like early 2000s, mid 2000s. But I think they phased out. I don't know if anything has replaced them. But this is deep. This is deep. I really enjoyed this song. The Last Great American Dynasty.
Rebecca rode up on the afternoon train. It was sunny. Her salt box house on the coast took her mind off St. Louis. Bill was the heir to the Standard Oil name.
She's the best at telling these damn stories. She got Rebecca, and I think she just said Bill. I don't know.
Money, and the town said, how did I
Can we just have her write movies? Is that like her next venture in life? She gonna become a producer or movie director? I would watch a Taylor Swift movie.
Class divorce, they do it.
She's very creative, the way she puts these stories together, the imagery that she uses.
The wedding was charming, if a little gauche. There's only so far new money goes. They picked out a home and called it Holiday House.
Picked up a home? Who the hell can afford to pick up a home in this day and age? Bill and Rebecca must be, working some pretty good jobs, or maybe they live in the South, in a rural, not city, but town. Nice house out there for 100, 200 G's.
These were tasteful, if a little loud. The doctor had told him to settle down. It must have been her fault his heart gave out. And they said, there goes the last great American dynasty. If she never showed up, what could have been? There goes the maddest woman this town has ever seen.
I don't know what's going on. Something just happened.
She had a marvelous time, ruining everything. Rebecca gave up on the Rhode Island set forever. Flew in all her bitch pack friends from the city, the boys and the ballet, and losing.
Oh yeah, they got money. She got pools full of champagne. Hold on. The Great Last American Dynasty. See if there's any meaning. I mean, of course there's meaning, but I'm just a little. In October was married, son of before married. Oh, 14 president period. Wow, this is based on on a true story. Whole continuing sexist motif. Folklore of women blame entirely for people's own problems. Rebecca is blamed for destroying the last great American dynasty, even though her husband's problems were his own. I see. Okay. So this is kind of social commentary, pretty much. And her just talking about the struggles of women and, you know, how they're the scapegoat for men's problems, and so on and so forth.
On card game bets with Dolly, and they said, there goes the last great American dynasty.
That's great, though, that she's using her platform to speak to social issues and things of that nature and marginalized people.
There goes the most shameless woman this town. There goes the loudest woman this town has ever seen. I had a marvelous time ruining everything. I had a marvelous time ruining everything. A marvelous time ruining everything. A marvelous time. I had a marvelous
Yeah, that was a great song. I enjoyed that one too. This song is called Exile.
And honey, with his
Who's this guy?
arms around your body, laughing but the joke's not funny at all. And it took you 5 whole minutes to pack us up and leave me with it, holding all this love out here in the hall.
I can see you staring, honey, like he's just your understudy, like you'd get your knuckles bloody for me. I think I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. I'm not your problem anymore. So who am I offending now? You were my crown, now I'm in exile, seeing you out.
So step right out. There is no amount of cry I can do for you.
Get me
Never
out.
gave a warning this time. I never.
Bon Iver. I've heard that name before. Bon Iver. I know Bon Iver songs.
Turn it up from here.
I've heard something of his before. I don't know if he did a feature like this, but I've heard it before. Yeah, I enjoyed that song. It wasn't my favorite so far, but it was good. It was good. Duets are nice to hear. This one is called My Tears Ricochet. This reminds me of a song. Hold on. It's not every day that you hear these sounds like on a song where someone is just hooing, I guess. But it sounds dope. It sounds different. I've heard this before. Not this song, but y'all help me out. Name some songs where people have done this before.
We gather here, we line up, weeping in a sunlit room. And if I'm on fire, you'll be made of ashes too. Even on my worst day, did I deserve, babe, all the hell you gave me? 'Cause I loved you, I swear I loved you, till my dying day. I didn't have it in myself to go with grace, and you're the hero flying around
don't think I have an ex whose funeral or wake I would go to. Not, well, yeah, maybe out of feelings of like bitterness. No, I don't think so. We were never really, it never got to the point where, no, I just wouldn't.
We gather stones, never knowing what they'll mean. Some to throw, some to make a diamond ring. You know I didn't want to have to haunt you, but what a ghostly scene.
That's the thing about exes. They don't have to die in order for them to haunt you. It can happen. It can happen either way. You know?
The same jewels that I gave you as you bury me.
And also, my ex better not come to my funeral.
I didn't have it in myself to go with grace.
Oh, we used to date. I knew him. No, you didn't. Your name is not on the list.
When I'd fight, you used to tell me I was brave. And if I'm dead to you, why are you at the wake? Cursing my name, wishing I stayed. Look at how my tears ricochet. And I can go anywhere I want. I didn't have it in myself to go with grace. And so the battleships
I
will
love how I can only hear the piano in my right ear. Their sound engineers are top notch.
sink beneath the waves. You had to kill me, but it killed you just the same. Cursing my name, wishing I stayed.
See, that's the thing about going after, and y'all keep this in mind for people who are, I don't know, not in relationships or in relationships and things are pretty turbulent. Try to have a certain amount of grace as you go on in the relationship, because all that trying to get back at your partner or trying to get back at your ex, you might accomplish what you're setting out to do, but trust me when I tell you, the impact that malintent is going to have on your soul is going to far outweigh whatever temporary feelings of disgust, embarrassment, shame, or anger that person is going to feel towards you if you make an effort to get back at them, you know, or metaphorically to kill them, like Taylor Swift is talking about with the boyfriend. She said something like, you know, you tried to kill me, but you ended up dying in the process, or something like that. Y'all just keep that in mind.
Turned into your worst fears, and you're tossing out blame.
There you go, my tears ricochet. All right, this song is called Mirror Ball. Mirror Ball, Mirror Ball, Mirror Ball, Mirror Ball, Mirror Ball, Mirror.
I want you to know I'm a mirror ball. I'll show you every version.
I wonder if they make mirror balls. Oh, okay. This is a mirror ball. But does it have to have all those little squares on it? I just want something like this. Something like that. Like an actual mirror.
A million pieces. Hush, when no one is around, my dear. You'll find me on my tallest tiptoes, spinning in my highest heels, love, shining just for you. I want you to know I'm a mirror ball, spinning in my highest heels, love, shining just for you. When they called off the circus, burned the disco down, when they sent home the horses and the rodeo clowns, I'm
Da 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Still on that tightrope, I'm still trying everything to get you laughing at me.
Oh, that was nice. That was really sweet. There you go. That's Mirror Ball. And this next song is called Seven.
Please
Isn't that one looking number?
picture me in the trees. I hit my peak at 7 feet.
Hey, your peak at 7. My peak must have been at maybe 20. Well, I shouldn't say that. You know what? My peak is on its way. I haven't even reached my peak. I'm not even close to reaching my peak yet. I don't want to wish that on me. No, 20 was, 20 was my low.
With Pennsylvania under me.
That's right, because that's where she's from.
Are there still beautiful things? Love you to the moon and to Saturn, passed down like folk songs. The love
A lot of love, she said. The moon and to Saturn.
lasts so long. Think your house is haunted. Your dad is always mad, and that must be.
I think your house is haunted. Your dad is always mad.
I think you should come live with me, and we can be pirates. Then you won't have to cry or hide in
They
the
can be pirates?
closet. And just like a folk song, our love will be passed on. Please picture me ever passed down like folk songs. Our love lasts so long.
I hate to keep going back to Adele, but imagine her singing on this track or covering this song. Oh my god. That would be dope. That would be dope. I would love to hear Taylor cover Adele as well. If you could listen to Taylor cover one Adele song, what would it be? And vice versa. Mine is let me photograph you in this light in case this is the last time. I want Taylor to cover that song. So there you go, 7. That's probably my favorite song on the album so far. Not gonna lie. Okay, and this one is called August.
Salt air and the rust on your door. I never
She's near the
needed
beach.
anything more, or whispers of "Are you sure?" Never have I ever before, but I can see it's lost in the memory. August slipped away into a moment.
This is
of time.
bouncy. I like these songs. I like when she does these songs.
Cause it was never mine. And I can see us twisted in bed sheets.
Yep, I
August
already knew.
slipped away like a
love it.
bottle of wine. Cause you were never mine.
I mean, it's her prerogative to do whatever song she wants, but I love the bouncy.
You're back beneath the sun, wishing I could write my name on it. Will you call when you're back at school? I remember thinking I had you, but I can see it's lost in the memory. August slipped away into a moment in time, cause it was never mine. And I can see us twisted in bed sheets. August sipped away like a bottle of wine. Cause you were never mine. Back when we were still changing for the better, wanting was enough. For me it was enough.
August. Those were the good months, man, of my childhood at least. Lots of deviant activity, lots of excitement, lots of chaos, because that's a transition time. That's prime transition time. You know, kids, they're excited at that time because they're getting ready to go back to school, and you know it's the tail end of the summer, so they're gonna see all their friends. Shout out August. All right, this song is called "This Is Me Trying." Oh, and please remind me, just in case I forget to put timestamps, or if one of y'all want to do that. I know in some other reaction channels, like the viewers will do that, but I don't want to put that labor on you, you know? So just remind me if I forget.
I have a lot of regrets about that. Pulled the car off the road to the lookout. Could have followed my fears all the way down. And maybe I don't quite know what to say, but I'm here in your doorway. I just wanted you to know that this is me trying. I just wanted you to know.
That's it. Don't say I didn't try. Don't say I didn't try. That reminds me of the Drake song, I try with you. There's more to life than sleeping in and getting high with you. I had to let go of us to show myself what I could do, but that just didn't sit right with you. Now you're trying to make me feel away on purpose, and you're throwing it back in my face on purpose. Say you don't feel no way on purpose. Da 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 da. You think I deserve it? Feel away, feel away, feel away. I stop listening to things you say, cause you don't mean it anyway. Ah, shit, that was hard, man.
They told me all of my cages were mental, so I got wasted like all my potential. And my words shoot to kill when I'm mad. I have a lot of regrets about that.
She said my words shoot to kill when I'm mad. Hey man, not in a relationship. You kind of have to put a muzzle on yourself a little bit, you know? Well, I wouldn't say put a muzzle on yourself. I would just say be very careful and conservative with your words. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest issues I see in relationships is folks, they either don't know when to speak up or they don't know when to shut up. I think there's a balance, you know, there's definitely a balance. And the more you get to learn more about your partner, the more you get used to that balance and the more you learn where the boundaries are based on whatever their fears and insecurities lie. And you try to be sensitive to that, even though people slip up from time to time. I know I have, without even thinking about it, like without even trying. And then once that happens, you just apologize. It's better to apologize in the moment or right after than, you know, to let it simmer. Now, if it's like a back and forth thing and y'all are just saying nasty things, that's a lot. I don't even know what to do after that. Usually I just bail after that because I'm like, we ain't finna get into yelling, like a back and forth. I'm very careful with my words. If I say something like just straight up disrespectful, chances are I let shit slide the first 100 times. And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. And if I've gotten to that point, that's the last conversation we're ever gonna have. I don't think that's healthy either.
Became a sphere, fell behind all my classmates, and I ended up here, pouring out my heart to a stranger. But I didn't pour the whiskey. I just wanted you to know
Okay, this song is called Illicit Affairs. I will say Tryin' was probably my second favorite behind Seven.
Make sure nobody sees you leave the first few hundred times. And that's the thing about illicit affairs and clandestine meetings and stolen stares. They show their truth one single time, but they lie and they lie and they lie. A mill for you, I would ruin myself.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing, man. I know you would ruin yourself for him, but he's the wrong one to be ruining yourself over, you know? Of course, you want to be with someone who you love so much that you actually would do that for them, but you also want them to look out for your best interest so that you don't have to do that. See what I'm saying?
Little times.
God damn, this song is relatable. I'm actually starting to like the album more past the halfway point. Yeah. So this is my third favorite behind Seven and what was the last one I listened to? This Is Me Trying. All right, this song is called Invisible String.
Green was the color of the grass where I used to read at Centennial Park. I used to think
Where's
I'll meet
Centennial Park?
somebody there. Teal was the color of your shirt when you were 16 at the yogurt shop. You used to work at to make a little
I was
money.
about to say, you have to be suspicious of men who wear teal. You know, that is a very off-base color. That is, I don't know how many people I see walking around wearing teal. But if he's 16, that's fine. That's fine. You know, back in the day, it was fun and funny and cool to wear any type of color when you were a kid. I had neon green and neon orange basketball shorts back in the day. Solid colors, not like a combination of the two. That would have been kind of cool, but just like solid neon orange and neon green.
Time, curious time. Give me no compasses, give me no signs. Were there clues I didn't see? And isn't it just so pretty to think all along there was some invisible string tying you to me?
I mean, I love how she's singing, but I also like that, you know, the illustration of like invisible strings tying you to me.
Bad was the plot of the song in the cab on your first trip to LA. You ate at my favorite spot for dinner. Bold was the riches on our 3-year seasons. One single thread of gold tied me to you. Cold was the steel of my axe to grind for the boys who broke my heart. Now I send their babies presents. Gold was the color of the leaves when I showed you around Centennial Park. Hell was the journey, but it brought me heaven.
Hell was the journey, but it brought me heaven. Hey man, sometimes you gotta go through hell to get to heaven. Put that on Pinterest.
Wondrous time, give me the blues and then purple pink skies. And it's cool, baby, with me. And isn't it just so pretty to think all along there was some
What is this instrument that's being plucked? Oh, that's nice. There you go. That was Invisible String. And this one is called Mad Woman. I get the sense this is gonna be the hardest beat-wise.
Do you think I'd say to that? Does a scorpion sting when fighting back? They strike to kill, and you know I will. You know I will. What do you sing on your drive home? Do you see my face in the neighbor's lawn? Does she smile? Or does she mouth fuck you forever? Every time you call me crazy, you're getting more crazy. What about that? And when you say I seem angry, you're getting more angry. And there's nothing like a mad woman. What a shame she went mad. No one likes a mad woman. You made her like.
I don't like a mad person in general. If you're mad, you gotta have a good reason to be mad. Don't just walk around being mad. Well, I guess there's a difference between being mad and mean. I don't like mean people. I don't like people who are, well, that's also not necessarily true. I like people who are mean and have a good reason for being mean. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. But if you just walking around being fucking mean, like, get out of here. That is the most unattractive thing, I think. For at least for me, if I see someone being mean for no reason, I'm just like, man. Yeah. I went on a date with a girl once, and she was talking crazy to the waitress, and you know, it was just like little things. Like, I forgot what she said specifically, but she would say like, we need more time. Exactly like that. Like, we need more time. I'm like looking at the waitress, and then when the waitress would leave, she'd be like, can you believe her? Like, I was like, yo, what the fuck? But I said it in my head. I was like, girl, you ain't the one. You ain't the one. I need somebody who's patient. And that wasn't the only thing. I think she was like, I want to get pizza. You want to get pizza? And we were, where were we? I don't know where we were. What was it called? Damn. It wasn't Einstein's. Some place where they sell pizza, but other things too, like soups. And I was like, yeah, you want pizza? Cool, that's nice. And for me, I knew I wanted to get a sandwich. I was like, So I went ahead and got a sandwich, and she was like, I thought we were going to get pizza. Like, isn't that what we agreed on? And I was like, no, I thought you said you wanted to get pizza. I just got a sandwich. And I just left it there because I didn't even like her enough to be like, is something wrong? You know, to like call her on her shit. At that point, I was just like, I'm just finna eat and get out of here because I'm not gonna challenge this woman or say anything because I don't even like you like that. So I don't want clarity.
And you poke that bear till the claws come out, and you find something to wrap your noose around. And there's nothing like a man, woman. Now I breathe flames each time I talk. Why can't she went mad?
Yeah, but some guys be driving women crazy though. They do that.
No one likes a mad woman. You made her like that. And you poke that bear till the claws come out, and you find something.
And then they be playing the victim too. Like they'll do like crazy shit, treat their woman crazy, and you know the woman will lose it, and then the guy will sit there and be like, "Why are you acting like this? Why are you? That's a motherfucker. You gotta stay away from him, man. He's one of them people. You gotta stay away from him. Too many mind games. Too many mind games. I could deal with someone who is like aggressive and assertive. I could be in a relationship with someone like that. My wish is that they would, channel that, I don't know, on the outside world. Hopefully they work through it in general, but if that's your personality, if you're just intense, I can't control that. That's just, you are who you are, and if we're going to be together, I'm going to love you for it. But I would prefer that you be that way in the workplace, or if you're going to school, like do that, the college campus. But don't be that way with me. Don't be mean to me. I won't lie though. I'm very attracted to women who can like tease me, but like not from a malevolent place. They could just laugh and help me not take myself seriously. But there's a difference between women like that and people who are just mean. So back to the guy though. Yeah. Well, some guys will do that, man. They'll make you go crazy. But that's better. But that's worse than, being mean. I guess they're both equally bad, but yeah, I just can't do mind games. Mind games is something like that energy is too dark for me to fuck with. So if you're doing the whole gaslighting shit, you're not finna do all that. Get away from me. Go. I don't want to be with you anymore. And I'll make my mind up. If I really like you, I'll bring it up and we will have a conversation about it. And we will address it directly. I'll tell you how it made me feel, get your take on what happened. And if there's a certain degree of remorse and a plan in place, so that not to do that shit next time, then okay, we could work with that. But if I'm still scouting the situation out, you gotta go. But that's the thing. Ooh, she said master of spin too. So he's one of the fucking guys I was talking about. But pay attention to how people treat other people. The people that you want to get into a relationship, pay attention to that. Because chances are they will not be able to compartmentalize. Some of them will. Like me, I'm very standoffish, and I can be ruthless with like strangers and people I don't really know like that, because I don't have time. I don't have time for it. But when it comes to the people in my life, like friends and family, they'll tell you, close colleagues, they'll tell you like, he's cool. He's never, and sometimes they get scared, when we go out and someone will do something rude, like cut me in a line, or, I was at a park and this, guy told me to put my mask on. He was an older dude and I just went off. He must have been like, when I say older, like 40s, 50s. And I'm like, dude, we're all in a park. We're socially distanced like a mug. Like, bro, leave me alone, carry on with your day. I didn't say that. I was a little more, but I don't do that with the people who are close to me. So I try to be, and I let them know. People who know me, they know that, like, if you're gonna go out in public with Manny, try to set the scene right. I guess understand that if certain things happen, he's gonna respond a certain way. So that's why I don't like being in crowded places with a lot of people, because I know how I react to certain shit, certain disrespect. I don't tolerate it. Not from strangers, people that I know, people in my, I'm more lenient. I don't know. I just have this weird set of codes that it's like a personal handbook that I use to navigate the world. Like your workplace, how at your job you have a code book or a manual on like the protocol and procedures. In my head, I have that when I interact with people. Good wives always know she should be bad, should be scathing like me, but no one likes a man. Okay, so that was Mad Woman. This is Epiphany.
Life's just a flesh wound. Here's your rifle. Crawling up the beaches now.
I wonder if it's going to speed
Sir,
up.
I think he's bleeding out. And some things you just can't speak about. Glimpse of relief to make some sense of what you see. With you I serve, with you I fall down, down, down. Watch you breathing out, out. With you I serve, with you I fall down, down.
Okay, I like that song. It was a little slow, though, for my taste, for my liking. But I understand if you enjoyed that song, because I'm not gonna lie, I saw a reactor react to Dua Lipa's album and it made me feel some type of way. I was like, damn, like Dua Lipa just can't win in your eyes, huh? But you know, people have their preferences. That shit kind of hurt though. I was like, but that's my favorite song by her. But it is what it is. And this is called, ooh, harmonica. This is called Betty.
Betty, I won't make assumptions about why you switched your homeroom, but
I think I've heard this before, like on the radio.
I think it's 'cause of me. Betty, one time I was riding on my skateboard when I passed your house. It's like I couldn't breathe. You heard the rumors from Inez. You can't believe a word she says most times, but this time it was true. The worst thing that I ever did was what I did to you. But if I just showed up at your party, would you have me? Would you want me? Would you tell me to go fuck myself or lead me to the garden? In the garden.
Sometimes you wonder about that, man. Like you ruin good friendships and then you like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. You know, now I hurt that person. Now we're not friends, but I wonder if there's still a certain amount of respect there that if I went back to them and tried to rekindle things, would they accept me, or would they just tell me to fuck off? I don't know. Sometimes you gotta try though. Sometimes you just gotta try, because even the people who hold the biggest grudges, you'd be surprised if you just give them some time. What time will do. It depends on how badly you hurt them.
Would you trust me if I told you it was just a summer thing? I'm only 17. I don't know anything, but I know I miss you.
Ooh. Did she get with Betty's boyfriend? Oh, girl. Well, she said it was when she was 7. Does that really count? That's 17, man. That's high school. People do horrendous shit in high school. Myself included.
Betty, I know where it all went wrong. Your favorite song was playing from the far side of the gym.
Oh, Taylor.
I was nowhere to be found. I hate the crowds,
no,
you know
Taylor.
that.
Don't do it.
Plus I saw you dance with him. You heard the rumors from Inez. You can't believe a word.
I wonder if these are real songs. Drake does this shit too. He'll drop like real names of the people, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? But it's hilarious because you know it's not hilarious, but you know it's authentic. You know.
She says most times, but this time it was true. The worst thing that I ever did was what I did to you.
You better give Betty some of these royalties if you're really sorry. For this good song.
But if I just showed up at your party, would you have me? Would you want me? Would you tell me to go fuck myself or lead me to the garden in the... Yeah, I showed up at your party.
I like this song. At least I like how it sounds.
Yeah, I showed up at your party. Will you have me? Will you love me? Will you kiss me?
That was nice. That was my favorite beat. Yeah, this is my favorite beat. All right, that was Betty. And this song right here is called Peace Be With You and Also With You. We lift our hearts up to the Lord and something, something, something. No, we lift our hearts to the Lord.
A coming of age is come and gone. Suddenly this summer it's clear. I never had the courage of my convictions, as long as danger is near. And it's just around the corner, darling, 'cause it lives in me. No, I could never give you peace. Would it be enough if I could never give you peace? Your integrity makes me seem small. You paint dreamscapes on the wall.
No, girl, you got to be inspired. Don't be intimidated by people. I want to hear that. Be inspired. Her integrity should make you more hopeful that you could cultivate your own. But I understand. I mean, that's inextricably tied to the human condition. You know, those feelings of jealousy and envy and things of that nature. When you see certain things that people have that you yourself have not developed and you feel some type of way about it. But just know, if you hold on to that for too long, it will lead to your demise. You know, it will lead to your demise.
Would it be enough if I could never give you peace? Would it be enough if I could never give you peace? Would it be enough if I could never give you peace?
I enjoyed this one. It's another one of those that's a little slow but highly relatable. And I believe we are at the end of the album. As the sun is going down, the sun goes down. My universe. Maybe I'll turn on my light. Turn on the lights.
Only one
Yeah, this is Hoax. I don't know if I said that.
smoking gun. My eclipsed sun, this has broken me down. My twisted knife, my sleepless night, my windless fight, this has frozen my ground. Stood on the cliffside screaming, give me a reason. Your faithless love's the only hoax I believe in.
I like that do 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 do.
Don't want no other shade of blue but you. No other sadness in the world would do. My best laid plan, your sleight of hand, my barren land, I am ash from your fire. Stood on the cliffside screaming, give me a reason. Your faithless love's the only dark. Darling, this was just as hard as when they pulled me apart. My only one, my kingdom come undone, my broken drum, you have been.
Talking drum, my kingdom come undone. You have broken my heart.
a shade of blue, but you, no other sadness in the world would do.
What an emotional roller coaster. And I liked Taylor Swift before, but getting the chance to ingratiate myself with her music makes me enjoy her content even more. So, yeah, I would definitely consider reacting to her album Red. And if y'all enjoyed this particular reaction, please comment, like, and subscribe. And also let me know what was your favorite song on this album. I will see y'all next time. Peace.